Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Liaquat and we're going through the 40 Hadith of Mulla Ali Qari. Now, I'm not being sponsored by this organization, but I thought I'd give them a shout out because they did a wonderful job with this book. So here's a website you can see at the bottom there. Maybe you can contact them or something, and you can read those comments as well. So Jazakallah khair to the publishers of this book, very, very nicely published. Let's carry on then. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Right. Hadith number 16 now. وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا حسد إلا في اثنتين رجل علمه الله القرآن فهو يتلوه آناء الليل وآناء النهار فسمعه جار له فقال يا ليتني أوتيت مثل ما أوتي فلان فعملت مثل ما يعمل ورجل آتاه الله مالا فهو يهلكه في الحل فقال رجل ليتني أوتيت مثل ما أوتي فلان فعملت مثل ما يعمل رواه البخاري. Right, so this is similar to the hadith that we've done before, but there's some differences. You guys can see some differences here. And we're going to try to maybe look at it in a different way today. So last time, if you remember, we talked about this concept of jealousy, right? And we said that jealousy is not allowed, especially if it's going to, lead to someone else losing that thing that they have because you want it. And jealousy is something, we know in the Quran, Allah mentions about, how jealousy has resulted in the two sons of Adam. One actually killed the other because of jealousy. And also Iblis, right? So we have, like in the Quran, Allah mentions to us about the jealousy that occurred. So one is Iblis, right? Iblis, the father of all shaitans. One is the two sons of Adam. One was jealous of what the other one had. So one of them got angry. So some of the scholars call him Qabil, right? So Qabil killed his brother because of jealousy. And then we have examples of the Bani Israel. Right? Bani Israel, in the Quran, Allah mentions about them that the Bani Israel were a nation, a tribe. Bani Israel. These are the tribe of Yaqub alayhi salam. So the 12 Yaqub alayhi salam, so they were jealous with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So all of these people, the Quran has described them as being people of hasad. People of hasad. May Allah save us from this. But their hasad was something that was not productive. It was a dangerous type of hasad. In other words, it was hasad that was leading to harming. So what we said was, what we need in our society is motivation. Motivation is a very important thing. Now, Allah has placed inside of every single human being, we have this ability to get jealous, right? Sometimes it's actually a good thing, right? The examples I gave above are bad because of hasad, Iblis was expelled from Jannah. Because of hasad, Qabil killed his brother. Because of hasad, Bani Israel, they refused to accept the message of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, which obviously is wrong. But over here, what we want to mention is the hasad, which is a good thing, positive. Let's put positive there. It's positive hasad. Why? Because we need motivation in society. Allah has placed inside of us this because we can use it at certain times, right? Why? Because if we have hasad creates inside of people inspiration. Yeah, you become inspired to do things. So have you ever seen, like, especially in the West, they have Olympics, right? So they have I don't know, is that how they do the Olympics here? So these Olympics that they have, if you think about it, you're just watching people that are running around a stadium or they're doing certain activities and everyone's watching them. Then what happens is that other people get motivated and someone says, you know what, I want my son to become a runner, or I want my daughter to become a cyclist, and I want to become a swimmer, and this and that. So all these people then become inspired. So what happens is you have a whole array of different people. So imagine the Olympics at the top. You have different levels of people who will do something because of the inspiration that they got from the Olympics. Yeah, so there's some people who are going to reach all the way to the Olympics, and there's some people who are not going to reach all the way. They won't become professional, and there's some people who will, probably be a bit less, and there's some people who will less, and some people will just watch the Olympics and maybe just say, you know what, I want to lose that fat on my stomach. I want to give myself, a 6-pack or 1-pack, whatever you want to call it, right? So you have a whole array in society of people that are inspired in different ways. So once we understand this, we understand why there are so many different, or one way of looking at why there's so many different grades of people in society, right? This motivation that people have, we see this grades. So the Prophet ﷺ in this hadith, he says that the two types of people, remember we mentioned last time, if you remember, this was the drawing that we made. There's two types of people that we have: the Quran and wealth, right? Quran and wealth are two important things. Why? Because if you have in a society, let's say for example, people who are motivated by Quran, then what you're going to get, so if you draw this kind of line here, if you get people who are motivated by Quran, you're going to get a whole steps of people who are going to do something. So you're going to get someone, for example, who is going to become an expert in the Quran. You're going to get someone who maybe is going to just work on, just maybe, I don't know, printing Qurans. And you're going to get someone who's going to be writing Qurans. And you get someone who's going to teach Qurans to kids. And you're going to get some who are going to, learn the Quran. And some who are just going to try to improve there. So you get this whole array of people in society. Now imagine that's to do with the Quran. Then what about teaching Quran? What about ilm, knowledge? What about, setting up syllabi? Or what about, all sorts of other things that are related to Quran? If in fact, and this is the beautiful thing about, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the teachings of Islam are just so dynamic, that this is Quran. Imagine this is Quran. And you have so many types of steps that are leading up to the Quran. Yeah, so many. A bit crooked steps. I do apologize for my crooked steps. If you can draw better steps, then. So imagine there are so many people in the world at the moment. There are literally millions and millions and millions of people that are at different levels getting to the Quran. Yeah, working for the Quran, working to propagate the Quran, da'wah, all these things, right? You can think about in Islam. Yeah, let's just list some of them. So for example, like a muhaddith, someone who teaches hadith, right? Why? Because it's to do with the Quran. Someone who's a faqih, someone who's a jurist, someone who's giving da'wah, someone who is just teaching their children, reading their children Quran stories, someone who is teaching alif ba, yeah, someone who is writing books, and so forth. You have so many people. Someone who is, the Khalifa of Islam as well, yeah, leader of the Muslims. Yeah. So you can imagine so many different people, like a whole pyramid of people. And likewise, the same can be said about wealth as well. So in other words, if you have wealth, we all need wealth. We all know that. Right? Without wealth, life is going to become very difficult for us. So there's so many different steps of getting, crooked steps again. So there's so many different steps of getting there. Not all of them are things that Islam encourages, right? Unfortunately, some are very bad, like selling drugs, or maybe in killing people or stealing their wealth. But there's many that are very, very good, right? So the good ones. So let's say, for example, these are the good ones. Let's say this is the one that Islam encourages. And how? For example, like charity. Some people are going to do charity. Some people are going to maybe study because they want to learn more about how to help the society. Some people are going to open businesses because they want to help the community, give them a product that they don't have. Some people are going to, set up, something like travel agents to help people go for Hajj and Umrah. So many different things that people will do because of the wealth aspect of it. So the Prophet ﷺ, he says, if you look at the hadith, I know this is a bit long lesson today, but I thought, I really wanted to kind of discuss this because I think a lot of people, they don't see the impact of this hadith. This is a this hadith is telling us the root of motivation in our society. And our motivation should be revolving around two things: Quran and around wealth that's being spent in the right places. So the Prophet ﷺ said that a person, there's no jealousy except in two people. One is a person who Allah taught them the Quran and they recite it day and night, and the neighbor hears them. Imagine that. So this guy is reading Quran in his house, and his neighbor's listening to him, and his neighbor's saying, "Ya Subhanallah, I wish I knew Quran like him. I wish I could act upon the Quran. I wish I could read the Tahajjud and read long surahs in the Salat." Imagine that, Subhanallah. Yeah. So this is something that motivational, and this also. I just want to mention a little point here. This also indicates an important point, that this does not go against sincerity. Yeah, doing this so that you want other people. Sometimes you read the Quran aloud, and not because you want to show off your voice, but you just want other people to get motivated by reading the Quran. So this does not go against sincerity. In fact, this is sincerity, right? Because it's motivation. Your intention is motivating other people, so you're allowed to do this. And likewise, the other example is a man who is wealthy, right? And his neighbor sees him, all right? Or, it could be anyone, right? Sees him and says, "Look, subhanAllah, look at this guy. Every time a charity comes to him, he's giving them wealth and he's supporting this cause and that cause and this cause." And that person, has this, envy inside of them. This is also allowed as well. And this does not go against sincerity, like we said. He's still sincere in that sense. Right? Some people think, "I'm going to give my wealth secretly. I don't want anyone to find out." Yes, that's a good thing, right? But sometimes doing it like this is actually a better thing, because you're also motivating the society to give as well. So anyway, Jazakallah khair. I hope you guys benefit. I know this is quite long today. I do apologize for making it long. But let me know in the comments what you think of this concept, right? And tell me in the comments of how this has motivated you as well. Jazakallah khair. Take care, inshallah. We'll see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair for watching this video. I hope to see all of you guys. If you guys are interested, please leave us feedback, get in contact with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair, guys, for all of your support. Without your support, I wouldn't have been able to produce the videos that I've put up on my YouTube channel. And there is so much more that I really want to do. And without the support of you guys who are patrons, generously supporting this channel, I've been able to get myself a camera, which, as you guys can see, the quality of this camera, mic system, software. I've been able to hire an editor. So what do I want to do? I want to make lots and lots and lots of more videos for beginners, for intermediate, advanced, in the subjects like Arabic and fiqh and hadith and tafsir and aqidah and all those other things as well. And for this to happen, again, this channel needs support. So if you guys want to become patrons and support this channel, then check out the link below. Also, if you do become patrons, you'll have access to videos that I don't put up on my normal YouTube channel. So check that out, inshallah. And there's most other perks as well that you guys can benefit from. And if you want to access this channel through social media, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, Facebook page, and other things as well that you can visit. So Jazakumullah khair again, guys. Thank you very much for your support. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.